Okay, so Mr. Mason is all dry, and I have no idea why. Well, I have a couple ideas why. But he has been biting me, not biting me, trying to bite me, which a few years ago when we first met, that was basically the greeting that you got from Mason if you tried to groom him. And that was in a shop where I worked part-time. And now, I mean, it's been a while, and he's been really good. He's not a dog that's happy to see me, like, ever. And grooming is just not his thing. He loves it afterwards, but not during. And so he has definitely copped an attitude. This is his first time on the mobiles today. Never been on it before. But I've stopped all that shop grooming crap. I'm tired of it. And I enjoy the mobile so much more. But anywho, he's being a butthead today. And he was in shock when he saw me at the door. He was like, "Oh, hell no." Didn't you say that, Mason? He's like, "Hell no. I can't believe this." And he was mad at today. He hasn't been mad at it in a very long time, but his mom is in her 80s and she fell. She's okay, but she fell. And she's doing her physical therapy and stuff, so we kind of like put his grooms on the back burner. Okay. Well, we're at the last part of the groom. He hates the drying and the bath and the fact that I came over and the dematting. And what else, Mason? No, it's not your thing to do. But I like you. I do like you. I don't like you to bite me, but I sure do like you. I love my schnauzers. But a schnauzer that bites is not anything unusual. Usually schnauzers have extremely sensitive skin. Any groomers out there, you have schnauzers that particularly can't take the brushing and combing. Their skin is extremely sensitive. Even just to touch little one follicle, you can get a reaction out of it. A follicle of hair, that is. Like sends something, a current, through their bodies. That's what it looks like. So, and a lot of them are plagued with schnauzer bumps, which there's a very long technical medical term for schnauzer bumps. But that's what it is. It's something that only schnauzers get. But anywho, with that being said, you really have to master the art of dematting and brushing painlessly. And anyone that hasn't mastered it yet, you really should look up how to do that, because it is possible. And he was very cottony, fuzzy, tight matted to his legs and his chest and all that stuff. And getting dematted was not what he was biting for. I insisted, which I rarely do. on drumming his nails, because his mom is the age that she is. Her skin is thin, and she doesn't need fresh cut toenails against her skin. So this time I insisted that he get them dremelled, whether he wanted to or not, and he never wants to. And I never press a dog to get them dremelled, because that to me is just icing on the cake, and if you can't take it, then I'm not going to bother you with it. But in this particular case, we got to put the mom's needs ahead of his likes and dislikes. He didn't have to have his little animal lecter muzzle on his face. And he looked at me like he was in such shock. Like I had no idea you had one of those. Isn't that right? But you're a good boy. You are, Mr. Mason. You love your mommy and you take good care of her. For those groomers that think it's so impossible to groom a dog, unless he's got a noose around his neck. No, it is not. The door to the outside, which looks right at his house, is wide open. He's not going anywhere. And he doesn't like me. Isn't that right? That I want to go somewhere, but what the hell. Mason knows I don't fault him for his attitude. And he also knows I'm not going to hurt him. Which has happened before. I know. That's why I was so happy to start grooming him, so it wouldn't have to happen anymore. Yes. I was. What's a schnauzer without an attitude, I always say. Mason, how many minutes have you been filming? You been paying attention? We still got a little bit of time. Sorry for the face interruption. I should set a timer. I do use a noose on him when I am using the force dryer. It kind of scares him. I don't want it to scare him into jumping off the table. I also don't really dry him all the way. I have a little table fan going. I don't think you can see it, but it is. A lot of dogs don't like it. For the most part, I'm a very compliant groomer, Mr. Mason. I am. Don't get all hot and bothered because I'm touching your foot. I have nothing here that is going to do anything to your toenails. He also curls the side of his lip up for most of the entire groom. And then when he